Ase Eternier. So yeah, Apollo Justice Trilogy comes out January 20, so a month and 11 days from now. Physical edition will be coming out in America. It looks good. I will be getting it, but I will not be playing it yet, because there are 2 more games between this trilogy and the Apollo Justice Trilogy. Just like there were 2 games before this, there are 2 games after. Not released in that order, but timeline-wise, there are 2 games that take place after this trilogy. And they are Edgeworth games. So, spoilers, Edgeworth doesn't die in this game. Don't worry. And yeah. It's funny, too, because the Edgeworth games came out after Apollo Justice, but Apollo Justice takes place after them. So, even though I'm going to be playing the Edgeworth games next, it technically came out after Apollo Justice. I'm going to try not to eat too many of these, because they're going to be loud and crunchy, but I need a snack. So good. So, quick case recap. The Crine Urn was stolen by Mask to Mask. In court, we proved that Ron DeLite was not Mask to Mask. We proved it was Luke Atme, who was actually Mask to Mask. He stole the urn. However, in proving that, we also placed Ron DeLite at the scene of a murder that happened the exact same night. So, now we have to investigate that and defend Ron DeLite a second time. So technically, this case is 2 trials in one. It's not just one trial. According to Nintendo, Battle Network Legacy Collection was the most played game of the year. Overall, or for you? Battle Network Legacy Collection was my most played game of April, because I played through Battle Network 1 and 2 on my own. Anyway, October 13th, 3:02 p.m., Wright & Company Law Offices. You know, I'm glad we found the urn and all, but poor Mr. DeLite got arrested again. Well, supposedly Mr. DeLite was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred. No way, Jose. I don't buy it. There's no accent over the E. But the one who proved that Mr. DeLite was there was Mr. Nick himself, at least from what I can understand. Looks like you did too good a job this time, Nick. Well, how about we get started looking into the KB security murder? I think I'm going to head back to Crine Village for a little while, if that's alright. Sure, but why? I'm going to bring the Sacred Urn back and have some people take a look at it. Oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll go with... No, Mystic Maya, you should stay here. I want you two to spend some special quality time together, full of love and happiness. Pearls is so caught up in her fantasy, she forgot there's a murder to solve. Sacred Urn given to Pearls. Now remember, no fighting, okay? Never mind, someone was showing you his stats. Yeah, no, Tears of the Kingdom is going to be the most played game this year. Let's be honest. There's no arguing with that at all. Box update again. It's in the big city. It's likely leaving the state. Well, aw. It'll get here when it gets here. She's gone. Okay, Nick, time to get this murder investigation going. So what do we do now? Isn't it obvious we should get out there and investigate? Well, first we need to find out exactly where KB Security is located. Hey, why don't we ask Miss DeLite? She should know. Besides, I want to ask her some stuff about motorcycles. Motorcycles? You're not thinking of getting one, are you? I'm not the same little Maya who used to be happy with her dinky little bike, Nicky boy. Speaking of asking around, I got a few questions of my own for Mr. DeLite. Okay, well, let's make sure to go to the detention center, too. You must be relieved you got the Sacred Urn back, huh? You bet. But there's something a little different about it. Don't... me? How do you pronounce that? Don't at me. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, take a look at this. It clearly says I am on the poster, on the urn in the poster. But the urn we got back says Ami, like it always used to. Oh yeah, you're right. Plus the vase has pink splotches on it now. I'm sure they weren't there before. Maya doesn't know, but 1 year ago when the urn was broken, the repairer accidentally turned Mystic Ami's name into I Am. And that repairer was one mechanically unskilled little Pearls. But still, I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it. Is it possible that urn is a fake? I'm sure Pearls will find out once she gets back to Crine Village. Yeah, I suppose. Now that I think about it, Maya hasn't been back to Karine in a long time. So I guess people still go to Karine Village to do their training, right? Yep. If you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo severe training. So why haven't you been training lately, Maya? Well, lately I've been thinking about heading to a channeling dojo to do just that. A channeling dojo, huh? Sounds pretty serious, whatever that is. If you're going to train, you have to be serious. Otherwise, real tragedies can happen. Is what happened last year still bothering you? The murder in her village. It happened because the power of channeling was misused. No, it didn't. It happened because the murderer was hiding in a box. When a medium uses the Karine technique, she temporarily loses her own will. So when an especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. What's worse, in those cases, the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. That murder, it wasn't your fault, Maya. You know that, don't you? I suppose not, but I guess I'm still a bit shaken up, that's all. Sounds like being the master of Karine is going to be a heavy responsibility. I mean, she couldn't do anything about that. She was had. Seems like it has something to do with this case, but I'm not really sure. This was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. Does that mean Detective Atme put it there himself? That's the only explanation I can think of. Guess he wanted to make sure it looked like he'd struggled with the thief that night. So Detective Atme was masked in mask after all, huh? Guess so. After all, he did admit to it. Yes, but Mr. Delight still hasn't changed his tune. He's still claiming that he's the real Masked Mask. You don't think he's just saying that to avoid the murder charge, do you? I'm not sure. This was found in the building where the crime took place on the very night of the murder. Sorry, I keep snorting, so I'm muting myself between lines. And according to the time record on the keycard inside... Yeah, it was used right around the time of the murder. Doesn't sound very good, huh? So Mr. Delight was being blackmailed, huh? By the CEO of the security company he used to work for. Yeah, it looks like it. Sounds like we still need to do some more poking around. Better watch yourself and not do anything naughty either, Nick. Was that a threat? Is she trying to blackmail me now? It's still bent, isn't it? Detective Atme said it got bent when the thief hit him on the head with it. Well, looks like he ended up the bent one after he turned out to be the thief. Must have damaged the sword himself to back up his phony story. Yeah, guess he really does have a brawny mind, huh? So the mask in this photo is Detective Atme in disguise, huh? Looks that way. Atme knew there was a security camera set up in the basement. So I'm guessing this photo was probably part of his elaborate plan. How does his nose fit in that mask? How? Can hardly believe that the guy was really a thief in disguise. Never saw that coming. Then again, I stink at spotting these plot twist things. Detective Atme seemed to really enjoy himself today. Maybe a little too much. Yeah, today was pretty wild, like the plot of some crazy comic book. Great, glad you had fun while I was getting abused by the prosecutor, as always. Oh, it's Larry. He's your old childhood friend, right? Yeah, I've known him since elementary school. Wow, that's even longer than I've known Pearly. You two must have lots of good memories together. I guess so, but I can hardly remember them. They've been erased by all the traumatic ones. Say, Nick, what do you think that thing attached to his face is anyway? She never saw it coming. Don't ask me. Why not? You know him, don't you? I've never met that guy before in my life. And believe me, he's not exactly forgettable. Yeah, but at the trial today he said... Take a chance to grab a cracker. You're right about one thing. He sure acts like he knows me. Hey, Nick, I was just thinking. Maybe you should try to stop making people you've never met before into your enemies. Trust me, I'd like to stop doing that too. My poor body can only take so much. Who is that guy anyway? And what's his story? I wonder if I'll ever find out. Maybe I shouldn't show this picture to too many people. And yet, I walked around my whole life showing this face of mine to the world. I wonder if I've just been making a fool of myself with this silly face. I was only joking, Nick. Don't make such a sad face. You're making me feel guilty. I'm going to have to really... yeah, here you know. October 13th, Detention Center, Visitor's Room. I already told you, it's not me! A sad, pitiful whine that tapers into silence. Sounds like they're interrogating Mr. Delight right now. Man, and we don't have enough time as it is. Yeah, well, I guess the police are going crazy just like we are. Yesterday they thought he was just a thief, but now they got a murder case on their hands. Guess you're right. That guard over there looks a bit on edge, too. Come on, we'll just have to come back later. Okay, let's go check out some other place, Nick. Looks like he doesn't have much to do right now. I can tell because he's looking at the camera and making funny faces. Camera doesn't seem to have a lot to tape right now. Only thing it's watching now is the guard over there. Isn't there a third thing? Like the window? No, that might be in the sequel trilogy. Sorry, these chips are so good. Oh, Nicky boy, Maya. Mr. Light. All I wanted to do was help my dear Ronnie. Yeah, but I guess it ended up hurting his case. Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help beating herself up. Hey, Nicky boy, please, please help Ronnie. He's not a killer, I swear. My Ronnie would never hurt a fly. Alright, I'll poke around and see what I can find. Really? Are you serious? Oh, I'm so happy. I knew asking for your help was the right thing to do. I don't know what I could do to help anymore. Had no idea Mr. Light had such a vulnerable side. Listen carefully, Nicky boy. My Ronnie would never ever kill anyone. It's just not in him. I don't think he would either, Nick. Yeah, but you have to admit he's got a bit of a temper to him. It's not that hard to imagine him just snapping and screaming, "Please die!" I don't know, she looks like she would still kick your ass. Yeah, she would. He would never say that. Anyway, Mr. Light, he might not be a killer, but he's still going around saying he's a thief. I already told you, that's just a fantasy for him. Mr. Light, I hate to say it, but you're the one living in a fantasy world. What? How dare you say that to me, Nicky boy? I know everything about my Ronnie. We don't have any secrets between us. Ronnie isn't the thieving type. He's so honest he wouldn't even sneak a nap. He's so honest that he wouldn't even steal a glance. A thief! Ha! The very idea. Guess I just don't get it. Huh? Get what? Just can't understand how they could be so different and yet be such a happy couple. Yeah, they sure are different. Come on now, Nicky boy. It's not that mysterious, is it? It was love at first sight. For me, anyway. What? For you? I hate these kinds of people more than anything. You mean Ace Detectives? No, I'm found with Ace Detectives. Oh, so then you must mean thieves. No, they're alright too. I just hate thieves that pretend to be Ace Detectives. There's nothing I hate more than cowardly men. By the way, why did you go to Detective Atmey's office anyway? Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more anxious. I went there to try to find out more about the real criminal. The real criminal? Yes, obviously, the real Mask to Mask is not my Ronnie, right? Yeah? And Detective Atmey knew more about Mask to Mask than anyone else. They mentioned him on the Great People Around Town segment on TV. So then you went there to ask him some questions? That's right, I'll do whatever it takes to save my man. His secretary said the Ace Detective isn't in right now, but I forced my way past her and into his hideout. I wouldn't exactly call that office of his a hideout. The bag was sitting right there on top of the table. Oh yeah, we saw that bag there yesterday, too. There's nothing lower than someone who would try to pin a crime on someone else. Mr. Light, do you know anything about KB security? Don't be silly, of course I do. That's where Ronnie works. So she thinks he still works there, huh? And yet, according to what we heard today... Well, one... Ron quit. He doesn't work there anymore. Looks like Mr. Light doesn't know. KB security is only about 20 minutes away. By motorcycle, that is. Larry told me it takes 30 minutes by car. Well, I have to admit I tend to fly pretty fast on my bike. To make it to KB security that fast, are you sure you aren't literally flying? Why don't I give you a ride sometime? Or better yet, how about now? No, I'll pass, thanks. Why don't you just tell us where it is and we'll go ourselves? Haha, what a scaredy cat you are, Nick. Mr. Light told us the location of KB security. Okay, let's head over there right away, Nick. So was it really love at first sight that when you first met Mr. Delight? Well, maybe not at first sight, but Ronnie saved my life. Saved your life? I was at work one day when 2 robbers suddenly rushed in. Well, I'm not the kind of just curling a little ball in a corner, so I fought back. Robbers? Yes, they took me hostage. I was so frightened. They were both carrying these huge knives, and I broke down into tears. Yeah, I would do too if I were in that situation. Oh, I think I get it. Did Mr. Delight come running to save you? Yes, exactly. I remember he looked so handsome in that guard uniform of his. He went right up to those 2 knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their faces. Please stop it! He screamed. I could see the robbers' faces turn pale. That high-pitched shriek of his does have a surprisingly strong effect on people. Then, crying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the 2 robbers. All by himself. He came to save me, a total stranger. All by himself. He was so scared that he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life for me. Wow, that's a great story. Yes, he may not look it, but in a tough situation, there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did. That's so romantic. I'd fall in love too, I guess. Nick, I hope you'll do the same for me if I ever get taken hostage. With Maya, that possibility always seems to loom in the not-so-distant future. Ugh. Ah, I know what that is. That's one of the key cards from Ronnie's company. Come to think of it, it's been a long time since I've seen one. That's probably because Ron doesn't work there anymore. Whoa, this place is literally crawling with cops. What did you expect, now that they know he was actually masked a mask? This must be incredibly embarrassing for them, don't you think? Yeah, I guess they're trying to make up for it by tearing this place apart. Hey, I just noticed, Gumshoe is nowhere to be seen here. Well, he's a homicide detective. He's probably working on that murder case. Wasn't he in charge of the mask investigation all the way up until yesterday? Well, a murder case is a lot more exciting, isn't it? He'd say something like, "There's nothing like a good murder case, pal." Points for the quality of the impression, but I'm not sure Gumshoe has bloodlust, Maya. Hey, you guys! We're investigating this place, so keep your hands to yourselves. Boy, the policemen sure are a bunch of sourpusses. Well, Mr. Ace Detective did make complete and utter fools of them. What's all this now? Move it along, the show's over! Oh, it doesn't look like they're going to let us investigate. Guess we might as well call it a day for this place and look somewhere else. Now I'm going to call it a cracker.
A cracker? A cracker?
Mmm. Tasty. If you're wondering what a cracker is, it's a cockatoo named Buttons on YouTube, who I really, really like. I have a couple voice clips from him on my stream deck. Don't ask me why I have them. I also have the red burb. But I've played that one on stream before. The Treasures of Karine exhibit is all ruined now. Maya, I'm sorry, it's just so sad. This was our big chance for everyone to learn about spirit channeling. Maybe I could cheer her up somehow. Well, now we got the Sacred Urn back, maybe they can reopen it. Really? Sure, maybe we could label it the Urn of Mask to Mask's Desires. That would probably attract a lot of attention. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa! That's brilliant, Nick. We could clean it up and be filthy rich. Rich? What was that pronunciation? We could clean up and be filthy rich. Woohoo! Wow, that was surprisingly easy. Ugh. Oh, it's you, Mr. Wright. Miss Andrews, what's she still hanging down here for? So, how's it going? What about the Sacred Urn? The urn? Oh, that? It's been taken care of already. What do you mean, oh, that? Taken care of? Do you mean it's been found? Yes. It was brought in during the trial today. Wow, really? You really are the greatest, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright had nothing to do with it. It was Mask to Mask's wife that found it. Well, anyway, I'm so relieved. I just heard all about it on the news. So that detective was actually the thief all along. Looks that way right now. It's my fault. I'm the one who ended up hiring Damask to guard the treasures. Don't blame yourself. You were just doing your job. Hey, Nick, if she wants to apologize, you should let her. So, when was it that you hired Detective Atme again? About 20 days ago. And when was it Mask to Mask's calling card arrived? That was about 10 days ago. So he sent a calling card to the very place he was hired to guard. I guess that's it then. Detective Atme must have really wanted the Sacred Urn after all. Guess so. What? So Mask to Mask murdered someone as well? Well, that's how things look right now. Yes, but I thought he was here stealing the urn at the time. Well, we're talking about a criminal mastermind, so anything is possible. Nick, let's get down to business already. On the night of the theft, did you notice anything suspicious about Detective Atme? Hey, Karma. Ah! No, I couldn't have. After all, he was hidden the entire time. I never even caught a glimpse of him. He claims that's how he always operates. That's just what he says so he can have an alibi while he commits the thefts themselves. Got a 71 in your prelim and a 79 in your midterm. You're gonna explode. Hey! Well, I mean, 79's not bad. 71's still good, too. You know, you win some, you lose some. That's an perfectly average score. My headphones just got tangled. How does this keep happening? I literally stopped caring about the headphones being tangled for months. Last night, I'm like, I'm bored. I'll untangle them while I'm watching some anime. And next thing I know, boom, a mess. Complete fucking disaster. Ah. It's an F in your family's book, though. To be fair, my father was the same way with me. He would get pissed. Like he would constantly ask me if I had any C's, D's, or F's, and I was like, why does it matter if I have a C? C's aren't bad. C's passing. A D is passing. Oh my god, this headset got so messed up. Yeah, I got a shiny Blitzel today, and when I was streaming the DLC earlier. This has been a long stream for me. Oh my god, I can't. I literally can't wear the headphones like this. Hold on. I have to fix this shit. Pause the recording. Alright, sorry about that. That's just what he said. Yeah, we can read that. Yeah, he was caught in the crime scene photo dressed up as Mask to Mask pretty well. Oh, because the music was lower. Because it was purposely muted. I'm so glad that you got your sacred urn back. Yes, but there's still something that bothers me about it. What is it? Not exactly sure, but somehow the urn that came back seems different. Really? You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Miss Andrews? No, I don't know anything. Why would I? Psyche locks. Boba Fett. What do you think this means, Nick? It means the person that holds the secret to the mystery of the sacred urn is our very own Miss Andrews. Pathetic looking wooden box. Yeah. Turned out Matme was the real thief. It's still hard to believe. Looks like Adrian feels really bad about it. I'm going to take full responsibility and fix that sword myself. I know I don't look it, but I have complete confidence that I could fix it right up. I promise I'll fix it so you never knew it was bent in the first place. Please be gentle with it. It's Danganronpa blood. That's what I said the other night, Karma. Burr. Hamburger. Maybe it said spaghetti. Why are you talking about food? Oh wait, that's normal for you. It says burr. There's no way it could be spaghetti. Yet he still had the computer take a picture of him. Guess he's not as smart as he pretends to be. The camera belonged to Lordly Taylor, so he knew he couldn't tamper with it. So then why would Mask to Mask allow that to happen? The statue wasn't here when we first... The statue wasn't where it is now when we first came here, right? Yeah, it was right next to the door, wasn't it? Well, if someone moved it, it was probably Mask to Mask. Maybe he didn't like us being watched by Mystic Amy. Maybe he didn't like being watched by Mystic Ami while he stole the urn. Whoa. Hey, cut it out. You're giving me the creeps with that kind of talk. I think we've already read that. Looks like to me like it's been dry for several days. There's something suspicious about this paint mark. Bottom left part of it is shaped oddly, and it's shockingly pink. Looks like the color is important, yeah. Looks like the door to the actual storeroom. I can see lots of big boxes and stuff back there. Guess that's where they were keeping the sacred urn. Remember, Maya, Miss Andrews said we're not allowed in there. October 13th, KB Security's CEO's office. All I remember was raging at the spam to wannabe and everyone's edgy OC as a prosecutor. Yeah. They were kind of assholes. So I guess this is where it all went down, huh? Mask Day Mask became Kill la Kill. The walls in here look thick, just like you'd expect in a CEO's office. They look computeristic. Computeristic? What does that mean? What does that got to do with anything? Hey, it's you guys! Oh, it's Detective Gumshoe. Today was a real train wreck for you guys, huh? Sure was, pal. That prosecutor made real fools out of us. Yeah, I feel for you. Oh, that's not like you at all. I thought you'd be more like, oh, that was great. You guys got what you deserved, pal. Or something to that effect. Do I really sound like that to you, pal? If the gumshoe fits. Well, anyway, the point is I could tell when someone puts their heart into their jobs. And I can sympathize when things don't go your way. When I read that line, I was... Because there's an outtake of that line in the anime. Where he just flubs up the line and he goes, my mic cut out. It's Detective Daddy. I mean, Daddy Gumshoe. God damn it, Karma. I can sympathize when things don't go your way. Sometimes I feel wrong is the only way things go for us detectives. Wow, I had no idea Detective Gumshoe was such a nice guy. Now, if this little love fest is over, maybe we could start investigating. Wow, look at that huge framed photo. Tall mountains rising majestically against a dark, cloudy sky. There's a little title written at the bottom of the photo. The greatest sunrise of my life. This is it? This was his best sunrise? Either this guy didn't get out enough, or he had really rotten luck with the weather. Maybe if he had lived a little longer, he would have seen some better days. God damn, Maya, that's cold. This must be the CEO's desk. It's a lot simpler than I would have thought. Hey, that looks like a super soft chair. Let me try it out for just a second. Oh, nice. I feel just like a CEO. Hey, you. Whip me up a cup of some really expensive import tea and some scones. Move it! Ah, this is the life. The victim just sat in the chair before he was brutally killed, you know. Ah! These look like some kind of bookshelf rolling cabinet hybrid. I can't get in between these two shelves. Don't strain yourself trying. It looks like the shelves are controlled by a special panel. So I guess this one shelf at a time, huh? Looks like they're filled with bunches of files. Yeah, files with data about security jobs they were hired to handle. Maybe a good night's reading, if you got insomnia. That's gonna leave a handprint and pins Maya as the murderer, won't it? No! Gumshoe sees this happening. I was hoping for something a little more exciting, like UFOs or something. Check out this big, thick binder here. Leave the heavy lifting to me, Nick. Reading a file isn't exactly back-breaking work, just a little hard in the eyes. Ah! What did you find out, Nick? This file, it's not about any sort of security operations or anything. This huge file is all about Mask to Mask. It's filled with info on him. What? What kind of info? It's filled with incredibly detailed information about his methods in the crime scenes. Hey, Nick, look at the last page. It's a list. Let's see. Tier of Eminon, $100,000. This looks like a list of all the treasures that Mask to Mask stole. Is that $100,000 is the value of the stolen item? I don't know, that number sounds kind of low to me. I think I'd better secretly make a copy of this list. Kane's list added to the court record. Where did they keep all that hair? I don't know. Tier of Eminon, Jewel, 100,000. Crown of Bongora, Artifact, 150,000. Left Hand of Hades, Sculpture, 240,000. Portrait of Magina, Painting, 500,000. This rope. You think it's where you think it fell out of the safe when it was open? I don't think so. So you mean... Yep. I think the string shows where and how the corpse was lying. You mean the victim, he was killed by being crushed by the safe door? She can't be serious, can she? Wow, this safe is unbelievable. Bet 4 pearls would fit inside there. And it's got a bunch of doohickeys attached to it. It's funny to see the phrase doohickey, because people have been using that to refer to the gun that the guy used to, let's just say mortally wound Shinzo Abe a year ago. People keep referring to that gun as the doohickey, because it was such a slapdashed, piece of equipment. Fun fact! Da-da-da-da. Why would you need the left hand of Hades for fisting? I mean, have you seen what he looks like in that indie game? It's pretty hot. Oh wait, no, that's the main character. What's his name, Zagreus? Yeah. Hades is his father. I don't remember what he looks like. I haven't played Hades. I've been told it's really good. Everyone tells me it's really good. Everyone says it's really good. I just knocked something over. No, I didn't. It's pretty amazing, alright. Motion sensors, heat sensors, weight sensors. Hey, Nick, come on. Let's open it and take a look. If I broke into one of these, wouldn't that set me down the path of Hoodlumville? Fair. Objection sustained. Cover your ears. Oh, there's a button here. Let's see. Hey, cut it out! Don't press that! That was pretty funny. Never knew Detective Gumshoe could jump like that. What is that button anyway? It's an emergency buzzer. It says right there on the panel. Oops, you're right. It's written right there. Nick, how many times have I told you to read the instructions first? This alarm's connected to the basement guard room. It's used to summon the security up here. Ooh, what does this button do? That is Maya. That's Maya to a T. Good job, Dingus. Really? Then it's possible that on the night of the crime... Oh, so when the CEO was attacked, do you think maybe he pressed that buzzer? Yeah, I thought about that, so I asked around down there. But they said that the buzzer never went off that night. Also, we couldn't find any fingerprints on the buzzer. Mr. Bullard, the victim, wasn't wearing any gloves, by the way, just so you know. Think we better go and talk to that guard about this emergency buzzer. There are no fingerprints on it. Want to do that again? Oh, there's a button here. Let's see. God, that noise is annoying. I like how conspicuous it is, too. Like, you'd think the head of a security company would have, like, a button down under his desk, like most, like, bigwigs do, that silently call the police. Not have a big red buzzer right on the back wall that anyone could walk up to and just slam with their fist. Maya, you jack-o'-lantern. What the hell? Detective Gumshoe, tell us what you know about the murder. Okay, the thing is, I'm really not supposed to. Hey, come on. One of the desks has been accidentally kicked too many times. What about how we put our hearts into our work? Things are really working against us right now, and we need help. Okay, I'll tell you. Just don't start crying on me, okay, pal? Okay, I won't cry on you, pal. The victim's name is Kane Bullard. He was the CEO of KB Security, and a pretty big fella in his own right. Oh, we found the little fella, and now we found the big fella. Rest in peace, big fella. His corpse was discovered at 9 this morning. His estimated time of death was 1 in the morning of October 12th. Cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head. Probably an object in this room. Happened at exactly the same time that Mask the Mask was stealing the urn, huh? Cause, cerebral hemorrhaging from blunt trauma to the head. Cause of death, time of death, 10:12 at 1 a.m. So why did it take almost an entire day to discover the body? There's a good explanation for that one. Bullard's body was stashed away inside that safe. Safe? Oh, it is pretty big. Nobody had heard from him, and when they opened the safe this morning, out he came. Oh, so the body fell out. That white string must be from the shape from where he fell out. I think we still need some more information on Mr. Billiard. Maybe you could start by getting the man's name right. So, what happened to Mask the Mask? He's at the detention center, screaming like a madman. Investigate me again, he keeps yelling. No, I didn't mean him. He's not the real thief anyway, right? Oh, you mean that detective at me? Oh, that was great. That guy got what he deserved. He's saying the exact same thing that Maya said that she was gonna say about them. Now that's the detective I know and love. Think about it. Abby was always around when a calling card showed up. But he was always mysteriously disappeared when the heist took place. I was hiding at the crime scene. Yeah, right. That's the lamest thing I've ever heard. That's how you just knew he was the thief. That would explain how I was able to retrieve the stolen items he keeps bragging about. Yeah, he just did that to make himself look like a great detective. That's all. But there's this one thing I just can't figure out about his first heist. His first heist? Yeah, the Tear of Emanon case. There was a witness on that one. A witness? Here, I saved the newspaper clipping. Since the thief is already under arrest, you guys can keep it. The gem and the thief. Stolen. Hey, this guard here. Haven't I seen him somewhere before? It's pretty small, so it's kind of hard to see, but now that she mentions it... Precious gem, the Tear of Eminon. Priceless. An article on Mask and Mask's first heist. Oh, that prosecutor. I really don't like that guy. The way he used our own evidence to do that to Mr. Delight. Yeah, I think he did that. I think he did it that way because he knew. Whoa! Yeah, I think he did it that way just because he knew it hurt more. That's what my gut tells me, anyway. So who is that Java-addicted masked maniac, anyway? Prosecutor Godot? It's quite the enigma, huh? The thing is, pal, I've never even heard of that guy before. He just showed up one day at the prosecutor's office. Came out of nowhere. That's right, he said this was his first case as a prosecutor. And it's true, according to the records anyway. But, no way he's an amateur. He's a nice man in court. A maverick that gives me goosebumps. That doesn't sound right. It should be gives me goosebumps. Goosebumps? You? Yeah, I knew something was off about him, so I asked around. Nobody would talk to me. They all just turned the other way. Poor Detective Gumshoe. I had no idea you were so unpopular. Ah, no, that's not what I meant. That Godot guy acts like he knows me, and has a grudge against me. I get the feeling he's hiding some kind of dark secret. This was his first heist, and I guess I underestimated him. I was sure I was going to get him, so I was careless and lost the info on the witness. By witness, do you mean the guard in the photo? Yeah, he and the detective worked together to try catching Mask and Mask. But he got away anyway, huh? That guard. I got the weird feeling I've seen him around lately. Detective Gumshoe, about this right here. Sorry, it's hard to believe, but there's a limit to how much my brain can hold. I got 2 ears and 2 eyes, but I've only got 1 brain. I could see your eyes and the ears, but the jury's still out on the brain thing. Hey, Nick, you have something to say. Just come out and say it. And Fra, you got that brain thing. I already did. So about this. Huh? What's that? Hey, wait a minute, Maya. What's wrong? We copied that data without permission. Don't show it to him. He might get mad at us. So, what are you two whispering about? Oh, it's nothing. It's just my billfold. That's a pretty thick billfold you got there, pal. Now I really want you to show it to me. I just opened this bag. Why is it so hard to get chips out of it? Guy's a real puzzle, if you ask me. And maybe I should be asking you, do you know something about him? Why would I know something? Well, it sure sounded like you two knew each other from the way you acted today. It's Mr. Godot that acts like he knows Nick, not the other way around. Exactly. You'd think I'd remember someone like him. Still say the whole thing's a bit suspect. Detective Gumshoe, what about this person? Sorry, pal, to be honest, my head is so full right now it feels like it's gonna burst. Note to self, keep hair away from Gumshoe's head. Detective Gumshoe, tell us more about Shane Bluebard. That's Kane Bullard, not Shane Bluebard, pal. Oh yeah, the victim in this case doesn't make much of an impression on me. Well, you were the victim up until Mr. Bullard was found dead. Yeah, and his body wasn't discovered till this morning. Anyway, we don't have enough information yet. Can you help us out? Sorry, I'm actually a little confused myself. For some reason, I'm just blabbing like an idiot right now. Okay, Nick, now's our chance to get more info about the victim, so hurry up and ask. Can you at least tell us some more about Mr. Bullard? He was the CEO of KB Security, right? What kind of company is this, anyway? Well, the company basically sends security teams out to buildings to guard them. Mr. Bullard must have had the chance to learn a lot of secrets doing this kind of work. Oh, and? And I don't know how to put this, but the guy was kind of a money grubber. Really? Me too. I just love money. Can't ever get enough. Please stop leaning in towards me like that. You aren't getting to my wallet. Anyway, it looks like he did some pretty shifty stuff to earn his millions. Oh, so that's my problem. I need to be shiftier. Let me go already. Apparently he was involved in selling trade secrets between rival companies. Well, that's pretty dirty and underhanded. Yeah. Oh, KB Security used to head security operations against Mask to Mask. What? Really? Yeah, and after screwing up so many times, the company's reputation really took a nosedive. So it was really Bullard who sent Ron the blackmail letter, huh? It really was Bullard who sent Ron the blackmail letter, huh? Huh? About this blackmail letter. Yeah, I've been thinking about it a lot too, pal. Why would Kane Bullard have been blackmailing Ron DeLight anyway? Well, Mr. DeLight used to work at KB Security, right? But what was it that made him quit? Nick, that's it. Maybe he's the same reason he's being blackmailed. Well, I'm in the middle of investigating that right now. Oh, alright. This is proof that Ron DeLight was here at the crime scene when the murder happened. His wallet and this key card, huh? I think we need to ask Mr. DeLight some more about those two things. So Detective Atme wasn't hitting the back of the head after all. That's right, because he was the real thief. He wanted to look like it was knocked out. So he bent it on purpose. I'd stake my reputation on it. What kind of creep would ruin an antique for that? So about this. Hey, thanks, pal. How'd you know I had a sore throat anyway? Chomp. Hey! What are you doing? Ah! Sorry, thing's all smooth and shiny. That was a piece of candy or something. Can't believe you ate the whole thing in one go. Almost swallowed it too, pal. Oh, my poor Magatama. That sword's the same one in the NES game Demon Sword. Really? Here, take a look at my attorney's badge. Are you still showing that cheap little thing off? Real man keeps his mouth shut and carries a suave police badge, pal. Alright, I think we got all we can out of him. Security room. October 13th, KB Security Guard Office. Familiar looking jacket over there. Wow, this is really something else. For security guard offices, it doesn't feel very secure. KB Security Guard. Uh-oh, I just remembered. Larry might be... Hey, Nick, what's up? So he is here. Yo, how's it hanging, dude? And you got my sweet little Maya with you, too. Hi, Larry. Here I was working my fingers to the bone. And then walks with an angel. And then walks an angel. I got no problems with a daytime date. It's all good. No, that's not what we're here for. We're investigating the Bullard murder case. Bullard's Myrtle. Another really good outtake from the show. Huh? Oh yeah, that's right. You're a lawyer, aren't you? He's so hopelessly clueless. Well, it's about the murder case. Boy, have I got some good info for you. Really? What is it? Well, I don't mind sharing with my sweet little Maya. But Nick here's a different story. But Larry, I thought you two were old school buddies. That was then, and this is now. Well, take a look at all these things here. Hey, Larry, what are they? Did you say, Hey, man, it's not like I have to know what they are to do my job. I always thought they were just some kind of decoration or something. Oh, boy. How does this guy ever get a job here, anyway? Hey, Larry, that's your jacket, isn't it? That's right. Did you know you hung it up right on top of some kind of lever? Yeah, sure. I was told that never ever touch that lever. She scowled and huffed at me. Something terrible will happen if you do. Got it, Greenhorn? Should've gotten a job at a pizzeria. So why hang your jacket on such an important lever? Because it got me curious. If the jacket's weight pulls the lever down, that's what they call an accident. Doesn't that suspense just kill you? Don't you want to know what'll happen, huh? It's true. It's killing me too. What about you, Nick? Yeah, but for a different reason. Something's written on a poster in fine print. A guard's 5 commandments. Wow, this sounds serious. Let's see what it says. Number 1, obey thy superior. Number 2, respect thy superior. Number 3, smile at thy superior. Number 4, salute thy superior. Number 5, buy donuts for thy superior upon command. It's signed, Wendy Oldbag, head supervisor. She's one tough old bird, let me tell ya. Cross her and you come face to face with a real genuine ray gun. Yeah, sounds scary, alright. Well, fortunately, she's on vacation. That's why I'm so relaxed right now. She's on vacation, don't worry. That's my partner's seat. Your partner? Well, that's what I call her. She's my superior, actually. Kind of a weird old lady. There's tea spilled over that machine, you know. Oh, don't worry about it. Just the other day, I spilled some chocolate milk on mine. It still works fine, more or less. They really know how to build them, I guess. Those screens show whatever's going on all over the building, everywhere. And it's my job to keep a steady eye on them, all of them. That wouldn't sound so smug if I were you. Can you watch regular TV on these too? If anyone would sit here and watch TV instead of working, it's Larry. Hey Maya, I'm a pro, okay? Besides, you can't get regular TV on it. How do you know that, Larry? Because that was my first bit of investigation, if you know what I mean. I know what you're thinking, it was a professional investigation, alright? Asked for a cameo, but you surely add another hour to the runtime. 15 to 20 seconds, I would say is more like it. Oh, there's just chocolate milk. That's my workstation. Pretty cool, huh? I keep a steady eye on those monitors and use that mic for communicating. Look at all this equipment here. Must be hard to operate. No biggie. I think there's an instruction manual somewhere in this room. Somewhere? Instruction manual? What are you going to do in an emergency? Well, I guess I'd start by calmly looking for the instruction manual. During that time, my partner, the old lady, would calmly look for her reading glasses. That's what a security professionals call teamwork. You know, Mayan pros could run this place better. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? So what's this good info you're talking about, Larry? Hey, I'm a guard, a pro. I can't just give away information for free. What's a bribe? I thought professionals were more, I don't know, honest? You talk to him, Maya. Larry, tell us already. What's the good info? Hey, I like that. This kitten's got some claws. Okay, you really want to know? Yes, so please tell me. Okay, so the thing is, Rhonda Light was an employee here. And naturally, since I'm a pro, I looked into his background. Follow me? Yes, you're a pro. I follow you. Go on. Well, 1 year ago, Rhonda Light was fired. And there was no warning at all. It all just sort of happened all of a sudden. I know this is a small company, but I think that was pretty awful. Guess he must have done something bad to have gotten fired like that. Like maybe skipping out on work to go pick up a hot chicks or something. No, that's just you. So what is it like to be a part-time security guard? Let me tell you, it's tough. Well, you know me. I get by alright, I guess. First, I have to keep my eye on those monitors all the time. Monitors? They're security cameras set in each room around the building. It's really hard. Sometimes I feel like my eyes are gonna fall out. Oh. And if I see something suspicious, I have to contact one of the teams. What teams? The security teams for this company. They're supposedly the best in the business. But I'm no amateur either, so if it's something small, I don't bother calling them. So in other words, you basically watch TV screens all day long. Saw a guy today in his car waiting for the light to change color, and I was next to them by car, but I saw them take a swig of a liter of milk. Talking about milk. Wait, what? The door has to use battery power to stay closed, man. It's insane. Good one, Ephraim. You were in this office when the murder took place, weren't you? Why do you say that? This is just a part-time job for me, and I can't operate the equipment, and I'm dumb. Even if you're part-time and you are dumb, you're still in charge of security here. Hey, give me a break. Don't try to pin the whole thing on me. That's not fair, Nick. Huh? I don't think you could expect someone like him to take any responsibility. Anyway, the point is you were here that night, right? More of these fucking things. Oh no, I knew something smelled bad, and it was the butts after all. Well, it's like I always say, that was then and this is now, okay? So I'm gonna have to break his psyche locks after all. Alright, what do I do now? Sorry, these crackers are so good. I'm serious, I turned my head around and there he was, drinking milk straight from the package. It looked like he already drank the majority of it at that point. What? Hey Larry, there's something I want you to take a look at. Hey Nick, I told you I'm a pro, and you don't interrupt pros when he's working. I don't have time to sit and chat with you, alright? Oh, is that right? Oh, naturally, I've got time for you though, Maya. I'm gonna have to squeeze this guy if we want to get more information out of him, aren't we? And you don't mean like a little bottle of milk that you get at like a convenience store. You mean like big, like, yeah, liter of milk. The night of the crime. On the night of the crime, you were working hard like you were supposed to? Were you working hard like you were supposed to? What? Of course I was. Why wouldn't I have been? But didn't you just sneak out of work just yesterday to go see Mr. Light? But that was that, and this is this. An actual full liter, yeah. Is there any chance that you snuck out of work last night, too? Never! I don't sneak out! I'll tell you what, I'll even bet you $1. $1, wow, now that's confidence. What's that drenched-in-the-rain puppy look on your face? Do you have evidence that I left my position, or are you just pulling my chain? Evidence that Larry was not manning the station when the murder happened is... Well, this wasn't hit, so... This can't be it. Yeah, he found the wallet at 1. This wallet. You know about this, right? I've never seen it before. Liar, you hand-delivered this wallet to Mr. Light just yesterday. Give me a break. Oh, you can't expect me to remember every little thing that happens. Well, I do expect you to remember something that just happened yesterday. 1 o'clock in the morning. That's right. In other words, Larry, at the time of the murder, you were away from the security guard office. Ah! Yeah, but there's something you didn't think about. What's that? My shift that day didn't start until 10 p.m. The murder might have snuck in before then. What do you mean by that? If the murderer had snuck in before 10 p.m., then it wasn't my fault. It was the fault of the guy whose shift was before mine. Why do I have the feeling that he still doesn't get the seriousness of this? Listen up, Larry. We know of that beyond the shadow of a doubt. The killer snuck into the office after 10 p.m. during your shift. Take that! Larry, when you use this key card, does it leave a record? Yeah, it does, but I can't show the record to just anyone, you know? That key card data was already made public in the trial today. What? I didn't know that. Any kind of request for info is like that is supposed to go through me. Boy, does that sound arrogant coming from a part-time guard. Anyway, according to the data, the door to the CEO's office was open with this card. Furthermore, it was most definitely used at 1 a.m., the time of the murder. No way! Yes, someone used this to get into the someone used it to get into the CD's nuts office. That happened at 1 a.m. on the night of the crime, right in the middle of your shift. Oh. Larry, you can't duck your responsibility this time. Oh, no! Oh, I knew it. This is all my fault. It's my fault that the boss was killed. My fault. Larry, there was nothing I could do. I have important issues to deal with too, man. What happened that night anyway? My Donna happened. Huh? Your Donna? Got a bad feeling about this. Yeah, my Donna called and said, I have to talk to you right away. So I went to see her, and he was standing right there next to her. Who was? Her new boyfriend. It was like some kind of horrible joke. Before I knew what was going on, the guy socked me right in the kisser. Normally I'm the one that does the punching. Isn't that right, Maya? Yeah. So is that why you left the security guard office? I'm sorry. It's all my fault. How can I ever make up for it, Nick? What can I do? What? He's curled up on the floor crying like a baby. You crawl on the ground like a baby. Nick, is there anything I could do? Anything, just name it. I'll do whatever I have to make up for it. I swear I will. Larry. Hey, Nick, as long as you're offering, why don't you show him the evidence we've got? She's right. Maybe we'll at least get one bit of useful information from him. Nick! The buzzer in the CEO's office is directly connected to this room, right? That's right. Just like my heart's connected to yours, Maya. Huh? Go ahead, Maya. Press the buzzer in your heart. I promise I'll come running to your rescue like the professional guard I am. Wow, that was pretty good. Thanks. I try. Do you think you could tell us about the buzzer now? Yes, please. Please tell us. Okay, I guess so. Prepare to be wowed. I accidentally pressed the buzzer earlier. Yeah, I heard it, so that was you, huh? You're a security guard, aren't you? Why don't you come to the CEO's office? Well, this is the 3rd floor of the basement. The CEO's office is on the 1st floor. I thought it would be a good idea to, adopt a wait-and-see approach. Plus, there's a police detective here, right? I just didn't think it was necessary. It's as if he's trying to win an award for laziest person on the planet. Let's get back to talking about the night of the murder, okay? Is it true that the buzzer didn't go off that night? There must be a record, right? You must have had a look at it, right? Of course I did, and I couldn't possibly have made a mistake either. Do you think you could just take one more look for me? Pretty please? Oh, okay. I just can't say no to you, Maya. What do you think, Nick? He's probably right. Not even Larry could... What? What is it? What's wrong? I made a mistake! Huh? But how? It can't be. It's impossible! Okay, enough already. What about the records? That night it went off just once in the morning. At around 1 a.m. 1 a.m.? That's when the murder happened. Really? Are you serious? That's terrible. It can't be. Buzzer went off once at 1:02 a.m. on October 12th in the CEO's office. You guys may really reflect on the way I've been living. But the only problem is with all this reflecting, where's the time for love? Frankly, I think reflecting's a bit overrated, you know? Well, what are you going on about, Larry? Plus, do you honestly have any new info on the buzzer record? Huh? The record? Ah, no. Nothing at all. This guy reflects about as much as a piece of black carpeting. I think you know how much I want to help you guys, but I really don't know what to say about that. What is it, Nick? Just, I don't know, he seems so pleasant. I'm gonna go chug a whole gallon of milk after we're done here. That's not necessary, Nick. You don't have to threaten me. I'll tell you what I know. I know it's tough to tell, but I'm really sorry about what happened. Oh, I've never seen Larry so serious. I actually believe him. Yeah, he's like a totally different person. In that case, maybe you and I should get reacquainted. Unless it's made into cheese, then yes. Otherwise, no. You're 26 years old, right? Don't you think it's about time you took a long, hard look at your life? Only time you can really screw up and hope to recover from it is when you're young. Huh? Well, I guess so. Naturally, I'm not talking about you, Maya. You're already perfect. It's hard to imagine Larry not screwing up at any age. I'm really sorry, Nick. I swear I want to change my ways. But the thing is, I just don't have any interest in men. Guy really needs to get his mind out of the gutter. Larry's your stereotypical guy, alright. The CEO of our company, he was a pretty good guy. Huh? Really? Yeah, you bet. You know how I'm not very good about working hard, right? Yeah, I kinda noticed. Well, guess what the boss said to me about that? I don't expect much work from you, Larry. In return, just don't expect much pay. I see. Guess he had to follow some kind of dumb law about having security here in the building. So in order to pay the lowest wage possible, he went to the bottom of the barrel. To be honest, I really looked up to the boss. If I ever grow up to be a CEO, I want to be just like him. And don't worry, Nick, I promise I'll hire you for security. I'm 25 now. It's about time I started giving some serious thought to my life. Good, that's the way to be. What exactly are you thinking about, though? Well, you know, my future, my dreams. Alright, when exactly does this future of yours start? A man's life begins at 30. That's my theory, anyway. Figure I got another 5 years of guilt-free screw-ups before I have to buckle down. Larry, I think, forget it. We're just gonna have to have a nice long talk next time. No, you know what? That's exactly... Look, I was jobless from when I was... When did I get my... Oh my god, I'm like losing track of time. 1987. I got my job in 2018. I was 31 when I got my job, and I was jobless since I was 25. No, 26, excuse me. So, you know, I was kinda in the same position as Larry. Shit happens. Detective Gumshoe, about this right here. Yeah, no. Okay, we're not showing that to him. Mr. Wright! Mr. Delight, did they finish their interrogation? Yes, but please don't leave me alone anymore! Mr. Delight, you lied to us before, didn't you? Well, you see... On the same night the sacred urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor department stores... Excuse me, department store... A blackmail letter you got summoned... Whoa! What happened to my brain there? At the same time the sacred urn was being stolen from Lordly Taylor department store, a blackmail letter you got summoned you to KB Security to hand over some money. You got an A in both of your classes. Nice! Way to go. And then that's where the CEO, Kane Bullard, was murdered. But there's only one Ron Delight, am I right? So the only question is, where were you that night? This time I want to hear the whole truth. Your life depends on it. Okay. Mr. Delight, do you still insist that you are Mask to Mask? Isn't that what I've been saying since yesterday? That was a quick response. Tell me about it. To be honest, it's starting to get irritating. But listen, Mr. Delight. At the trial yesterday, or today, we learned the true identity of the thief, didn't we? I guess it's true. I wasn't the one who stole that urn. Of course not. After all, you were at KB Security at the time. So the person dressed up as Mask to Mask in this photo, it's gotta be Detective Atme. So that night, you didn't go to Lordly Taylor, but you went to KB Security, right? Yes, I went to KB Security at the time the blackmail note said I should. Alright, what happened next? Well, I used to work there, so I knew where the CEO's office was. I knocked, but there was no answer. So I used the keycard to unlock the door. That's probably when he dropped his wallet. When I went into the CEO's office, someone was in there. Someone. Wow, I wonder whose silhouette that was. Then suddenly they bashed me over the head. Bam! Is it Kane Bullard that hit you? I don't know. The person ran away while I was still stunned. When I came to my senses, the sight I saw left me speechless. The dead body of the CEO was right there in front of me. I thought I'd die myself. Anyway, I thought I should do something with the body. So that's why you put it in the safe? Yes, that's right. I used to be the chief of one of the security teams, so I knew how to open it. Okay, and what did you do after that? Well, I got out of there for starters. I was the one who knew who set up the security cameras in that building. So I knew how to avoid being spotted by them. Nick, all of a sudden, Mr. Delight kind of sounds like the murderer to me. Please don't say that. Mr. Delight, is it true that 1 year ago you were forced to quit KB Security? How did you... I'm begging you, please don't tell Desi. Please! Don't worry, we haven't told anyone yet. Whew, thank goodness. No, but I suppose I'll have to tell her sometime. She'll find out eventually. Why have you been hiding it from her anyway? Desi would despise me if she ever found out I was living a life of crime. A criminal, a thief? She'd never forgive me. My marriage would be over. Good job hiding the body, Ron, yeah. Knowing that, why did you become a thief in the first place? Because Desi spends money like it's water. There's no job in the world that could bring in enough money. Except being a thief. At least that's what I thought, anyway. So he became masked and masked for Desiree, huh? Oh, right in the moment, eat a food. Bruiser Bunny, hello. Thank you for the raid. How y'all doing? Right in the middle of me eating a cracker. Hello. I'm gonna be going for a bit longer. I'm gonna be going for about 30 more minutes, but once it gets to be about... Actually, no. Once I finish this investigation, it might be over. Benoy raid, thank you so much. Hello. What were you streaming, Bruiser? Holly want a cracker? Yeah, sure.
A cracker?
Thank you for the trout follow. First you played Prey, nice. The buzzer went off just once around the time that Bullard was killed. Oh, that's scary. Do you know anything about that, Mr. Delight? Then you ended on observation duty. Oh, nice. Which one? I have not played them, but I have watched numerous playthroughs of all of them, except for one of them that was different, which apparently people don't like. One. Ah, cool. That series has really evolved. Like, you go to the newest one that came out, and it's so... Like, it's so much... Like, the quality has gone up so much. That guy who makes that game is really good at it. When I did finally encounter Huge Man, you also beat the second level. Nice. I've only ever seen Huge Man in the second game. I've never seen him in the first one. I know there's, like, a whole, like, level of story going on with these characters, but... Again, I've only watched, Let's Plays of it. It looks fun, though. Looks like something I would maybe do at some point. Sorry, I'm afraid I don't. Why am I not surprised by how clueless he is anymore? Hey, this is an article about my debut heist! Boy, that was a tough one. Before I knew it, they were hot on my trail. A masked and mask. He must have gotten away, right? In the article, it says that he disappeared. That's right. Then I got a sudden burst of inspiration. I hid my masked and mask costume in a nearby plastic bucket. Then I quickly changed into my security guard uniform. Pretty clever, eh? Wow, awesome. Hey, hold the phone. The guard in this photo, is this you, Mr. Delight? That's right. Nice trick if I do say so myself. Nice and easy to figure out. Even pros could do that in a heartbeat. Guard in the photo is Ron Delight. As you might expect, Detective Atme found the disguise. He truly deserves the title of Ace Detective. Detective Atme found the masked and mask disguise. That's interesting. Yes, and I heard that he brought it home with him. So that's it. That's when Atme got his hands on this. Thanks to that, I got the chance to remake my costume. That must have been really time-consuming, huh? Yes, it took quite a while to complete. Anyway, a few days after that, I received the first of the blackmail letters. Blackmail letters? Got them starting when? Tell me more, now! Hey, calm down. Don't get so worked up. Oh, hell yeah. First time you get to hear this song. I'll take one more cracker. This blackmail letter. Is this the first one you got? No, of course not. But this is the first one that ever called me out to a specific location. So did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident? Yes. Just a few days after the Tear of Eminon heist. First letter. It said, I know you did it. So someone found out your true identity? Someone found out about your true identity? Just like that? It's not easy being a master thief, you know. Got proof that it was you, so give up, went on to say. So in the end, I had to give up the treasure I went through all that trouble to steal. Is that right? Hey, hang on for a second. What do you mean you had to give it up? Oh, don't worry. After I put the jewel in the safe deposit box the letter specified, someone sent me $10,000. No one said anything about me being worried, you know. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. Plans? Heist plans. What are these plans you're talking about? They were instructions on how to steal a crown or painting or some other rare treasure. They showed security blind spots, escape routes, and even suggested training methods. So you mean the one who planned the heists wasn't you? No, it wasn't. I only planned the very first one. After that, I received plans from some very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans. Sounds like Mr. Delight is thankful that the person was blackmailing him. So Ron Delight was Mask to Mask after all? But someone else is behind the thefts. Someone who planned them all out in detail. I wonder who? All I had to do was deposit the treasures I stole into the safe deposit box. Then I just waited for the cash to come in the mail. Did you try not to look so gleeful about it? So you went after the sacred urn because of those plans too? Well, see, the truth is, I've never seen the urn. All I did was follow the instructions and steal what I was told to steal. Mr. Delight, is everything you've just told me the truth? Yes, but please don't tell Desi, okay? From Damask's second heist on, he was stealing as directed by blackmail letter. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Ron, before we go, there's one more thing I want to ask you. Yes, but please don't hurt me. Mr. Kane Bullard, do you swear that it wasn't you who killed him? Yes, of course. I could never. I'm not lying. All I did was hide his body in the safe. But then I was afraid they'd discover what I did, so I turned myself in yesterday. Why? Well, if the judge had ruled that I was guilty of robbery, then I'd have an alibi, right? I guess so. You're really clever, Mr. Delight. I guess I have no choice but to take Mr. Delight at his word. Mystic Maya! Hey, Pearly! I'm back. Hey, Pearls, so what have you been up to this whole time? The sacred urn, Mr. Nick. I took it back to Crine Village to have it examined. And? What did you find out? Well, there's no need to worry. They said it's the real urn. Phew. That's a relief. I was really worried. But there's one small problem. Problem? The cute little pink splotches. They said it's paint, and that they were put in the urn very recently. Why are they talking about the pink splotches again? What's the big deal? What's the big deal? We gotta find out how they got there. That's the big deal. Yes, Mr. Nick, we've gotta find out how they got there. Okay, we'll go find out how we got there. Please don't forget about me. Sacred urn refiled in the court record. Found in Atmy's office. Genuine article, but covered in pink splotches. That's kind of strange. What is? Up until now, Mask to Mask has gone after famous works or art or treasures. Why did he suddenly decide to steal this plain-looking urn that nobody would want? Make it sound like he had nothing to do with the theft. Well, it wasn't me that chose to steal this urn. Mr. Bullard, my old boss. It's so sad. Do you have any idea what might have happened? Was there anyone that might have wanted him dead? Oh yeah, sure. Mr. Bullard was the type of guy to make lots of enemies. He did lots of threatening things to people. Hey, wait. Do you mean he scared people, or that he threatened them with blackmail? Well, I guess they're kind of the same, right? Isn't he great? I wish I could be half as cool as him. Besides, he's the only one that really believed me when I said I was the thief. Hey, hang on a second. This is the guy that had you arrested for murder. Well, I still don't think that makes him a bad person. What in the world do you see in that coffee-crazed prosecutor? I think we got all we need from there. Oh, Pearl, how nice to see you. Hey, hello there. I haven't seen you around lately. What have you been up to? Well, actually, I was having this urn examined. I see. Maybe if we take another good look at this urn, we could figure out what the mystery of what actually happened here. Nick, let's look around one more time. This box, there's something about it that's been bothering me. That's the box the sacred urn was in. Looks like there's some pink paint on it, too. It's definitely the same color as the stuff on the urn. I think I know how the paint got in it now. Alright, let's investigate again, Nick. One box of the sacred urn has pink paint stains on it. Looks to me like it's been dry for several days. There's something suspicious about this paint mark. Bottom left part of it is shaped oddly, and it's shocking pink. Mr. Nick, could that be this odd shape? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. Ah, that's the box the sacred urn was in. If you look at it here, there's a little bit of paint on the box as well. Oh, you're right. Look, it matches. What is it, Mr. Nick? This is all turning out exactly as I thought it would. Completely dry, the box of the sacred urn fits in the gap perfectly. I think it's all starting to become clear. We're that much closer to solving the mystery of what happened to the urn. So, do you know anything about the sacred urn? Who? Me? In court today, Mr. Light brought the urn back, but it's a little different from the urn I remember. So, Adrian knows something she's not telling us. I want to find out about the murder, but I also want to know about the urn. I'd like to know myself. Another loose end to tie up, I guess. The cracker. Take that! Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the sacred urn? Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit. The urn that was submitted before the court today. It's obviously not the same urn as it was before. Well, that's true. Maybe it isn't the same. It could be a fake. A fake? You're the ones who said it wasn't the same, so that's the most obvious explanation. Do you have any evidence that the urn that was submitted to the trial was genuine? Sorry to break it to you, but the urn is the genuine article. Pearls went back to Crine Village and had it appraised. Is that right? That's nice, but I don't see how. What she discovered was that the urn had been broken. Again. Did you say again? Yes, it was broken once a year ago. And now it looks like the same thing has happened again. And quite recently, too. Recently? Are you saying that this urn was broken recently? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Why do you think it was broken recently? How do you know? I actually don't know what to present for it. That wasn't it. So, Mr. Wright? Huh? Why do you think it was broken recently again? Well, because, I just think so. Sorry, but that's not a valid explanation. Hunters become the hunted. I know what it is. It's the article. This poster. It was made recently, right? Poster? Ah, the poster for the exhibit. At the time when this photo was taken, the urn said, "I am" on it. But now, for some reason, mysterious reason, it says Ami. When the urn was fixed, the letters were transposed. Ah! I am? What does that even mean? I don't know anything about that. I wasn't even there when the photo for this poster was taken. That was a mistake. Now, tell the truth. Wait. 4. Even if the urn was broken, I had nothing to do with it. Huh? Yes, that's it. It must have been one of the people at the photo shoot. They probably dropped it. I'm sure that's what happened. Looks like she's not going to give up that last psyche lock so easily. Do you have any proof that the urn was broken here at Lordly Taylor? Take that! Well, Miss Andrews, what is this supposed to mean? There's pink paint all over this urn. And there's also pink paint. There's also blah blah blah. There's also pink paint all over the floor and walls of this basement warehouse. In other words, this urn was broken here. You can't weasel out of this one, Miss Andrews. But... Uh-oh. She's trying to make her escape. But you could get pink paint anywhere. Well, there's none in my office for sure. That's for sure. Well, there is in my room. Liar. Anyway. The paint on the urn and the paint on the floor. There's no proof that it's the same paint. Come on, this is getting ridiculous. Proof linking the paint on the urn to the paint on the floor is... Take that! This box. The urn was stored in it, right? Yes, that's right. Well, there's pink paint on this box as well. I think you already know where I'm going with this, don't you? Yes, more or less. The paint on the floor has an odd shape imprinted in it, doesn't it? Yes. You put this box into the impression in the paint, you can see it fits perfectly. Which means this box was dropped right over here. And that is when the urn was broken. Your name does you justice, Mr. Wright. I'm so sorry. I was the one who broke the urn. Boy, does this make me feel like some sort of evil school teacher. I'm a terrible person. Not only did I break it, but I tried to hide what I did. Well, that's not so hard to understand, is it, Pearly? No, not at all. I know just how she feels. It happened about 2 weeks ago. Just after the poster of the photo was taken, on the same day the urn arrived here. I thought I put it away down here for safekeeping. I was carrying it in the box when I tripped on a paint can and lost my balance. The box I was carrying crashed to the ground. I heard a terrible noise and I thought my heart was going to stop. Fearing the worst, I opened the lid of the box and that's when it happened. The broken pieces of the urn fell in the box and landed in the paint. I was in shock and let out a huge scream. I could totally see how that could have happened. Yes, clumsy as she is, I'm sure Maya understands. Well, I knew it was the most important treasure in all of Karine Village. So I tried as hard as I could to fix it. Fortunately, the shards were pretty big. And that's when the I am got changed back to Ami. I didn't know how it was originally written, but any sane person fixing it would have assumed it said Ami. Any sane person? Really? Oh, pearls. She said she wasn't very good at spelling. Anyway, I put the urn into the storeroom and no one had seen it since. Broken and repaired by Adrian 2 weeks ago, then replaced in its box, kept out of sight. But there's something I don't get. When we first came here, I didn't see any paint stains. Well, that's because it was so ugly and embarrassing. I used the golden statue to cover it. Yami face statue. Aha! The first time that we came down here, it was on the night the sacred urn was stolen. But Mr. Nick, there were no paint marks on the walls or floor of the warehouse when we were here. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. And I realized that the statue would be perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I see. Now it makes perfect sense. There's still one thing I find strange. What is it, Pearl? The day after the urn was stolen, we came here again. At that time, the statue had been moved and the paint was visible. She's right about that. Well, Miss Andrews? Huh? What? I don't know anything about that. I placed it over there to cover the paint, so why would I move it again? Well then, who was it? Who would have done it, and why? On the day before the theft, the statue was definitely closer to the door. Then the next day it was moved. But why? Carried to the basement warehouse the day of the crime, moved again that night. Ow. How's my neck? Looks like there's some connection between the sacred urn and the murder case. Why? Why do you think so, Nick? Because that night, the real thief, Ron DeLite, was at KB Security. So then why did another Mask Day Mask show up here? A lot of different things are pointing to one undeniable fact. One undeniable fact? The murder trial starting tomorrow, but it looks like that thief is going to be making another appearance. Hell yeah. Alright. It's 3:49. I mean, I could go another 10 minutes, but we're not going to make any progress. You know what? Let's get into the court. October 14th, 9:41 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4. Hey, Nick. What is it this time? I don't believe how many people are here for the trial. Well, it is a murder case. What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door. Next door? Why don't you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Atmey's trial today. Detective Atmey? They say they're going to try him as Mask Day Mask. Already? That was fast. Boy, I'd love to see Mask Day Mask's trial. I know. By the way, where's Pearls? Oh, she went back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore. I know you don't like me. Pearls has gotten really into her training lately, huh? Yeah, ever since that incident last year. Please, don't ignore me! Oh, Mr. DeLite. Good morning. No one likes me. No one noticed me even if I killed someone. Come on, don't be silly. Wait a second. You don't mean you're the murderer? No, I'm just a poor thief. No, wait, that's not right. A thief can't really be poor. Now let's see, according to Mr. DeLite, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending to him to help him commit these heists. Do you really think there's a connection between the thief and the murder, Nick? It's possible, but today's trial's a race against the clock. Huh? How come? Let's just take our time, like always. I'm afraid it's not an option. October 14th, 10, District Court, Courtroom number 6. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron DeLite, and that's where we're going to stop for tonight. I know that only went like another 2 minutes, but... Alright, so this has been a stream. A long stream. This is over 5 hours. Cool. Alright, well... That is going to be it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming. I hope you feel better. That's going to be it for tonight. Pokemon was great. This is great revisiting it. That ramble went on too long, but hey, it was fun. Yeah. I'll be back tomorrow. We might do this again without the ramble. We might do more Pokemon and more Ace Attorney. We'll finish this case tomorrow. Maybe move on to the third one, and we'll do more Indigo Disc. But I think in the meantime, you know, you could check out my Twitch page if you want to find more people to watch stream. And I'll probably raid someone, which also, by the way, thank you very much again, Bruiser Bunny, for the raid. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the follows. Again, all very much appreciated. Trevor Fox is playing F-Zero GX, and they were very fun to raid a few weeks ago. Let me see. Yeah, you know what? Giving the Trevor Fox a raid. Stick around, say hi, be nice. I'll see you all tomorrow with more video games. And, yeah, we'll catch more Pokemon. Good night.